The San Antonio Spurs must think fans aren't paying attention, but everyone can clearly see how much Victor Wembanyama has grown, and the recent official measurements only add to the mystery. At first, the team listed him as 7'4" during his rookie season. Then, oddly enough, they reduced his height to 7'3" the next year. Now, entering year 3, he's magically back to being 7'4". But it's obvious to anyone watching that this guy hasn't stopped growing. When a reporter shared photos standing beside Wemby at each media day, the difference was wild. In year 1, her head reached about his shoulder. By year 2, the same pose showed him noticeably taller. This year, her head barely comes up to his upper arm, like he's gained several inches. And after comparing his size to other Spurs legends such as Tim Duncan and David Robinson, plus rookie Stephen Castle, an analysis on the Pounding the Rock blog suggested Wemby might actually be closer to 7'7". That's absurd, yet believable when you see the photos. So why would the Spurs downplay his true height? History might explain it. In the NBA, only a handful of players above 7'3" ever had meaningful careers. Out of those few, most struggled with major injuries or were forced to retire early. If San Antonio publicly said their young star is 7'7", the media would explode with concerns. Every minor ankle tweak would turn into career-threatening headlines. The team probably realized it's smarter to underreport his height and protect him from endless speculation. But protection goes beyond perception. Living in Texas, one thing I know for sure: there's no income tax, but property taxes are brutal. The state jacks up your home's value to squeeze more out of you. I used to just accept it until I found a way to fight back with a tool called Ownwell, today's sponsor. It took only a few minutes to sign up, and they handled everything for me, filed the appeal, dealt with the county, and ended up saving me hundreds of dollars. They cut down my home's valuation by $50,000, and I only paid because I actually saved. That's their savings are free guarantee. With thousands of happy users and 5-star reviews, it's seriously the easiest way to stop overpaying property taxes. Go to ownwell.com/amhoops and sign up in just 3 minutes. Now, back to the Spurs and why they're being so careful with Wemby. His potential is off the charts. We've seen plays that don't even look human. But last year's health scare was no joke. Out of nowhere, Wembanyama developed a rare blood clot issue, something you almost never hear about in a 21-year-old athlete. He later revealed that he spent a lot of time in hospitals hearing bad news, though he didn't share details. What he did say was telling. The experience changed his life. His summer adventures, from training kung fu with monks in China to visiting NASA, were all about embracing life after realizing how fragile it can be. That kind of health scare can end a career instantly. Just ask Chris Bosh, who had to retire early because of recurring blood clots. Thankfully, doctors have now fully cleared Wemby to play, but the risk will always make fans nervous. And considering his size, any injury feels magnified. Remember, he once missed a game after stepping on a ball boy's foot. But what's new this season is how much stronger he looks. Reporters at Media Day noticed right away. He's added visible muscle, maybe 15 to 20 pounds. You can even see it in his face. This kind of transformation mirrors what Giannis Antetokounmpo went through early in his career. Giannis came into the league tall and skinny, but by his 3rd year, he was unrecognizable, ripped, dominant, and one of the most durable stars in basketball. If Wemby's body continues to fill out the same way, it could be the key to keeping him healthy and unlocking a new level of dominance. Building that kind of strength and proportion is rare for players over 7 feet tall, but Wemby seems to be doing it. And it's not just the physical growth, it's his mindset. During media day, he spoke about defense like a true leader, calling it a non-negotiable. For a 22-year-old superstar to talk about holding teammates accountable on defense shows maturity beyond his years. It's exactly what Coach Greg Popovich built his dynasty on: discipline, selflessness, and defense-first mentality. In a way, Wemby is the perfect successor to Tim Duncan. Calm, focused, and team-oriented, but with freakish skills that make him one of a kind. Yet, despite all this potential, no one is labeling the Spurs as contenders yet. And there are 5 big reasons for that. First, the chemistry between Wemby and new teammate De'Aaron Fox is still developing. After the blockbuster trade, they've only played a handful of games together, and the early returns weren't great. Fox struggled to find rhythm in pick and rolls with Wemby, though that could improve with time. Second, San Antonio still lacks a true knockdown shooter. Every top-tier team has that one guy who can't miss, like Malik Beasley, Luke Kennard, or Isaiah Joe. The Spurs have options, maybe Harrison Barnes or Julian Champagnie, but no one has claimed that consistent sniper role yet. Third, the coaching situation is a mystery. Popovich has finally stepped away completely, leaving Mitch Johnson in charge. Johnson has been around for years but admitted last season that Pop was still in his ear, guiding decisions. Now, it's all on him. Pop's coaching tree has produced stars like Quinn Snyder, Ime Udoka, and Will Hardy, but we don't yet know if Johnson belongs in that class. Fourth, there's the issue of Wemby's durability. Last season, he played just 46 games. To be eligible for major awards like Defensive Player of the Year, which feels inevitable for him, he has to reach at least 65 games. Staying on the court is priority number 1. Finally, the biggest question of all: who's the real number 2 option next to Wemby? Every true contender knows their hierarchy. The Spurs are still figuring theirs out. It could be De'Aaron Fox, but some insiders think rookie Stephen Castle might leapfrog him by the end of the season. Longtime Spurs reporter Don Harris said Castle's been so good this summer that he might already be their second-best player. A clip even surfaced of Castle doing a 500 drill, where he made 500 shots without missing 2 in a row, a massive improvement considering shooting was his main weakness in college. If Castle truly breaks out, the Spurs could already have their duo in-house. If not, they're still loaded with assets to make a big trade. They've got 6 of their next 7 first-round picks, plus several from other teams. 2 from Atlanta, 1 top protected from Boston, and even a pick swap from Dallas or Minnesota in 2030, plus Sacramento's 2031 pick. That's more than enough to go after a big name if needed, someone like Lauri Markkanen or even, hypothetically, Giannis if he ever hits the market. Whatever direction they go, one thing's certain: Victor Wembanyama is entering his 3rd NBA season looking like a monster, bigger, stronger, and more confident than ever. The league has never seen a player quite like him, and if his body holds up, we might be witnessing the rise of the next all-time great. Speaking of Lauri Markkanen, though, trade buzz around him is already heating up. Utah seems ready to tank again, and